What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday as we close out the month of March's final trading week. Wanted to give you a recap of my first Monday as a funded trader, locked in about $7,400. As you can see here across 10 accounts. So $740 times 10 gives you about 740, give or take, minus these two bottom accounts. But I want to walk you through about 6 trades that I took this morning. They were scalps, if you can even call them that at best, micro scalps, because I do trade funded accounts a little bit more paranoid than if I was trading a combine account or a challenge where you have to hold the trades a little longer, because with the trailing drawdown that I'm very opposed to but have to work within, I try to make my entries and exits literally at the bottom and at the top of each candle to make sure that my trailing drawdown is maxed out at the end of each trading day. And then as we head back to the accounts, you can see the trailing drawdown as close to 2,500 as possible. The goal is to get beyond that so the trailing drawdown stops. But of course, that's the battle, is getting to that point. So today's major news break was going to, not major, but the news break was going to be the housing, I believe building permits or whatever home sales were today. And the expectations were beat. So I think that's what you see by this move forward. The number came out at 10 and we actually had a consolidation period right here and a move up. I'm actually probably expecting this to be a trend day if I had to guess, where we're just going to consolidate, leg up for a majority of the day. But where my profits stand currently and after 6 trades, in my opinion, over trading, I think we're pretty much done. So let's get into these trades. I will remove the indicators that I have here so you can see the fill lines and where I ended up taking my trade, so you can see some of the arrows here. So the first trade was just about 6 minutes after the open. I actually ended up losing $290 because I thought we were going to see another push up to sweep these highs here. But, and that's because we came down into this twice. We had a higher low on this wick, and I thought we were going to push up. That did not happen, so I ended up cutting the loss as the next candle retraced about halfway up, which is fine. But as we saw this move right here, and then we had this massive candle, you could see I got in right at this general area, and then I sold down here for $650. And one thing I've learned about NQ is that it does sell off further and longer than you anticipate. So I had that in mind today. So we swept below the bottom of this range, which is this line right here. And as you'll see through the pre-market session, about 7:30 a.m., this was the established low, and I drug that across. And you can see we swept down below it. As we came below, saw this green hammer here, saw this. Now, mind you, this should have been my home run trade that I held. Of course, hindsight is 20/20, and I trade a little bit paranoid, but I got in right here. It was a $90 P&L. We had a nice push up. And now, mind you, at this point, I'm up pretty decent, so I'm not really too nervous about it. I marked out this fair value gap as I anticipated us to come back into range and then sell back down. You'll notice I got short here, made an $80 profit, and you'll notice it mainly just 2 lots each time. I'm not swinging massive size just yet. I don't have enough of a cushion to do so, but I expected us to pull back down, and as I did not see that happen, I ended up getting out quickly because, again, I wanted to see us come into this, and then the move up happened. But the market sentiment was just too strong. We pushed right up to the top of the range here that I had marked out. Got short another 2 contracts here for $160. And then this was where the news, I didn't want to hold through the news because I did not know what that number was going to do to the market, because maybe this was that price action already and we were already above this. And as you can see, we were into the sell side liquidity. We actually pushed down, but it wasn't as far as I thought. I wanted to see us come at least into here or back down into my original plotted fair value gap to let this puppy rip. But we ended up cruising straight back out, came on up. And now as I want to put the volume back on to show you what I was looking at for this trade that put another $80. That was my final trade. You'll notice we had spike up here. This was we had increasing volume on these 3 candles, 1, 2, 3. Volume died on this candle here. And then we had somewhat of an engulfing candle on similar volume. So that's where I got short and then sold here. But as you can see, I got out at a perfect time because we just ripped right back up. And I don't know if we're going to come back down any further. This might be a trend day, but I do like how this chart is looking here right now to possibly come back into this zone, possibly. but we shall see. Either way, folks, my day is done, and that's why I just wanted to give you a quick recap on this. I'll be just doing these trade recaps daily or weekly. We'll see how things go. Unfortunately, YouTube is not my full-time income, so I have other things to do, but I'll try to keep you guys as updated as best I can. Any questions, comments, shoot them down below. I'm always happy to see what you guys think. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video.